gardener sort of veggie stuff.
Yeah, it's right. A few years ago, it was very fashionable, wasn't it? All of the A-list Hollywood celebs were vegetarians. Now they're all eating meat and not eating many carbohydrates. Well, exactly. So it suffered a bit of a PR bashing, I would say. But you looked at 3 books for us. What's the first one?
The first one was Rose Elliott's It's Vegetarian Meals in Minutes. It was I think it was quite a basic book for a vegetarian cook. You know, if you were sort of just leaving home or something like that, it would have been a good book to have bought. The recipes were very simple. Yeah. I can imagine the rest of the books would have been very tasty. The recipe we did was, you know, 2 components, which were basically leeks and halloumi.
What was it?
It's just basically some sort of stir-fried leeks with some pan-fried halloumi. With just giving a bit more zing with some lime. And it was a very nice, simple recipe. Yeah. But I feel maybe a little uninspired.
Because it's probably fair to describe Rose Elliott as the sort of vegetarian Delia Smith.
She absolutely is. And I must say, her other books are incredible, and I think these were totally simplified versions of other recipes I've seen by her as well.
OK, well, let's see what our taste panel thought. Francis Peterson from London had a look at this one for us and said, on the face of it, I thought this recipe was rather simple, but the taste of the leeks, the cumin and the lemon was delicious and went really well with the halloumi cheese. The dish looked really colourful too. So,
yeah, and I'd agree with that.
A winner.
Absolutely.
I like the fact that it's quite small.
It is small.
It's going to fit on your worktop.
There's a lot in there, though, you know.
You can open it up. It's not difficult to have around when you're trying to cook. So, OK, good, that's a winner. All right, number 2, what's this?
The next one, it was Enjoy by Nadine Abenzer, which was a very good book, I have to say. The content was fantastic.
Looks beautiful.
It was a very beautiful book, and that's the thing. I'm a bit of a sucker for pretty pictures and you know, nice fonts and stuff like that. The recipe we did was a Moroccan tagine with some couscous, and it was a very delicious meal. I mean, it was lovely vegetarian meal. I have to say, a little complicated. There are quite a lot of components to each of the recipe, and
yes,
it was
the list of ingredients. I mean, some of these are huge,
really huge. I mean, and I think a genuine proper cook wouldn't have a problem with it, but somebody who was sort of just getting into it might find it a bit complicated. And some of the ingredients were quite hard to come by too.
Our panel agreed with you on this one. Carla Hines from Bournemouth said the recipe was complicated, couldn't taste all the flavours that I'd spent hours chopping, preparing and adding.
I fully agree with that.
That's important, isn't it? She said it was disappointing.
Yeah.
There you go. Right, OK, what about the last one?
Now, this one was a wonderful book, World Vegetarian Classics by Celia Brooks Brown.
Looks beautiful.
This really is a beautiful book, and I have to say, completely inspired. You know, I wouldn't have thought so much about vegetarian cooking before reading this book, and I have to say I'm quite a convert, and I'm definitely going out to be buying this.
One thing that I did find quite amusing about this is she's got a map of the world in there, so it doubles as an atlas.
Exactly, so 2 for the price of 1.
Excellent. What did you cook?
I cooked a curry. It was basically a split pea curry with coconut, and it was a beautiful recipe, a couple of different components, but very easy. You know, and full of flavour, but very simple.
The very clear pictures. It is beautiful, isn't it? Celia Brooks Brown. She has been on this programme and cooked for us, but we're not letting that cloud our judgment today.
No,
being
not
completely
at all.
objective about
genuinely, it was a beautiful, beautiful book with really great recipes.
Our taste panellist thought, our tester, James from Sheffield, said the recipe was easy to follow. The dumplings were a bit fiddly. He thought the end result turned out exactly like the picture and made me want to try more food from Mauritius. So good job he has the map. He can find his way there. Gizzi, thank you very much. Brilliant as always. OK.